Good afternoon. Welcome to the days 26, 27 of our 60-day trading challenge. And today was a unique day. Today was actually a lot of learning, I would say, in terms of the variations to the scenarios what we handle or how our strategy handles. It will be interesting, from that perspective, interesting to go through the trade analysis. Let me share the screen and explain what all happened today. So, in the morning, like, see, this is the, let me show you the chart of the Nifty 50. First, this is a Nifty 50 chart, and you see here the lot of ups and downs during the day. It was a bit tough day to handle from an intraday perspective, but it started bullish and then it started coming down, and again in between the day it started kind of showed some recovery, but it was okay like anyway. So our trade got triggered at 9:30. So when the as soon as the first 15 minutes candle got closed at 9:30, so we entered the bullish trade, meaning we sold the put, and then the direction was perfect for some time, like as you see till 10:10, or after that also it started coming, and it came down to at 10:45 or so, it went below our price. And we had to exit the trade first. See, as you know, we always have 50% as our stop loss. But the another set of rule what we also have is, if the candle and the whatever the candle we are entering, that previous candle, that 5 minutes candle, the low also we take. Basically 9:20 candle or the entry candle, and then the minus the one candle, whatever is the low, we will just generally exit the trade, because we don't need to wait for the losing the entire 50% or of the stop loss is the whole idea over here. So what happened here is it breached around 9:20. It went below our price, and that triggered our exit. And also, since it exit, it also kind of triggered the stop and reverse. What does it mean? We are stopping, meaning we are exiting the trade in which we are currently, and then we will also be taking a fresh trade on the opposite side. That's why it is called a stop and reverse trade. And we exited, and then we entered into a new trade on the opposite direction. But this time we normally always go for a short trades. That is meaning we will sell the, if the bullish is, if the view is bullish, we sell the put, and then if the bearish view, we sell the call. Uh, but today, when what happened was, I'll show you the India VIX chart. So this is the India VIX chart, the volatility, which represent the volatility basically. This is the candle when we entered at around 9:30. It level was around 17.6. As you see here, the open is around 17.6, and then the that is when exactly we entered in the trade, and then it's gradually started going up. So after selling the option, if the VIX goes up, it's not a desirable situation. But if you have purchased, that is, if you are in a long and India VIX going up, is always a favorable scenario. Since it started going up, when we got the trigger at around 11:20 to stop and reverse, we had to take a decision that we had to, instead of going in for the reverse trade, instead of shorting, we will go for a buying trade. So that is because we use a super trend, and we also refer to the Bollinger Band. And it's a bit of technical. Those who are familiar with the technical, they will understand what I am saying. But otherwise, also simply you can assume that based on some technical indicators, we took a decision that instead of going in for, since it was basically indicating that VIX is like further, showing a upward move. And if we sold again, if we had taken a decision of going short, it would not have probably favored us. But so our decision was to go for a long trade here. So we exited the earlier trade and we took a long trade here. And then whenever we take a long trade, the point over there is we will exit because it is the second trade. We cannot afford to lose another stop loss, preferably. But if we lose it, we will lose. That is a rule. But our focus will be is only to protect the capital at that point of time. So we will exit as soon as, since it is a long trade, the premium decays risk will we will carry. So that is why what we do is 1 hour, maximum 1 hour, we will stay in the trade, or as soon as we recover our first trade losses, we will exit. Or if we lose 40% stop loss, we will first time we would have put 50%. Then the second trade we are putting only the 40%. The 40% stop loss if we hit, also we will exit. But here in today's case, what happened is, see, this is the entry candle at 9:30, and then we had put a initial stop loss of 159. But before the initial stop loss hit, this is the candle at which the stop and reverse trade got triggered, and we exited the short trade here, and we entered the same instrument in the long side. So we exited on this candle, which is around 12:10, I think. Like, I'll show you the time also. Here it is 12:12. So 12:12 we exited the trade because we could close the trade with a positive P&L. Basically here we recovered our loss of the first trade, and then we also recovered the trading cost, plus we made some profits. And our focus was in this trade is very, as per the rule, we were only to recover our cost, and then we had to exit the trade soon after that. Or in any way, since this trade was taken at around 11:22, the 12:22 we should have exited from a time perspective. So if we had stayed in 12:22, we would have made a little bit more money. But that we don't focus on P&L. Our focus is only to follow the rules. So that is how. Here there are some extra trades are there. Although I've selected a MIS, so you can ignore the call trade, call selling. There also we have made money, but that is a different strategy. Like this is, as you see here, 99.90 we had sold, and then we covered it at 72.75. So that was a short trade we recovered. But forget about that. So our focus is on our this trading challenge, whatever we are running. So here 105.95 at 9:30 we sold it, and at 11:23 this stop and reverse got triggered. So we covered it at 140 rupees 75 paisa. That means also we entered the long trade at 140.75. And as soon as it reached 185, we had put a target over here. So 185 rupees, we exited. So looking at our trading journal, as you see here, the first trade is 105.95, and then we exited at 140.75. So we incurred a 63 rupees trading cost. So our loss is 2673 in this trade. And in the second trade, which is a long trade, like as you see here, all the short trades are there, but this is a long trade. So we entered exactly same at 140 rupees 75 paisa, but here we exited at 185, and we incurred a trading cost of around 72 rupees, which means we made a profit of 3247. And obviously, here in this second trade, we were not very confident. The first trade, we were very confident, and the confidence level was 4. And the second trade, we were not confident because it was so much of volatile. We were not sure what would happen. But since the strategy rules triggered the trade, we took the trade, although our personally, the confidence level was low. So target exit is the thing. So at the end of 27 days, our P&L stands at 10.83%. And as you see here, equity curve is still on the positive side, although the first trade, we saw a dip, but the second trade helped us to recoup that. And then we are almost slightly better than the yesterday, but more or less like yesterday's level. So this was a unique, how we combine the volatility. Like we look at the VIX chart, and in fact, yesterday, if you had followed me, I was saying that put rates were not, decreasing. That was also one of the reason was here we had, entered at around, I think 9:30. So after that, the VIX had dropped, but after that, gradually the VIX went up. So when the VIX went up, the premium decay slows down. So that is why yesterday's that was input I just wanted to add to yesterday's video. So that's it was a tough day from an intraday perspective, but our strategy has such a robust rules. It helped us to sail through very comfortably without any botheration, without any emotional stress or any kind of a stress. And it's not about I'm not that I'm boasting about my strategy. It is about anything which anyone defines well tested, and then they play as per the set rules always. And in all the scenarios, if we have a set of clear rules, it becomes very easy and stress free. That's all I just wanted to send out the message. And that's it for now. Thanks a lot for your time and support. And post the weekend, we will see you on Monday for the 28th day. And have a great day, and have a nice weekend as well. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.